We have to find the midpoint. What's the midpoint of first class? 50 plus 183 divided by 2. So this would be 233 divided by 2. That's 166.5. Is that right? Is that correct? You want to agree with that? I got 166. Oh yeah, 116. Clearly, 116. Someone buy that? Sorry about that. Next one. 184 plus 317 divided by 2. That's going to be 300, 400, and 501 divided by 2. And that's going to be 250.5. That's correct. Okay. Next one is 318 plus 451 divided by 2. That's going to be 749 divided by 2. And that's going to be 384.5. Is that right? Okay. What is it? 769. 384.5, right? Anyone get that? So the graph of this will look like the following. Okay, so it's be 116.5, 250.5, and 384.5. So the first one I have 2, the next one I have 6, the next one I have 4. Make sure you get those numbers up. There's our relative frequency diagram. See those okay? Let's see how you do. Now, just for funsies, totally different problem. Let's say we were dealing with blood pressure. Across the axis here, we have 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140. So we have 20, 40, 60, 50, 31, and 70. Let's say we have that histogram. And they said, what's the class width of that histogram? What would the class width be? What is the class width of that histogram?
80, 10, 85, like.
Class width is the difference between these, right? The difference between these two values is what? 134. That's what we found, right? If I gave you that histogram, what is the class width of this one? 10. Class width is 10. Notice each one of those midpoints, the difference is 10. So that's the class width. Anyone see that? What if I were tricky? Now remove those numbers. What would the class width now be? Same old graph, it's still 10, right? If you subtract 110 from 90, you get what? 20, but there's two classes in between there, so each one of them is 10. Everyone see that? What is the modal class for this one? 110. What's the modal class for this one? 250. Everyone see that? We'll find the modal class. All right. Last point of the problem is to find a box and whisker plot, or a box plot. Okay. Now, if you got that data in your calculator, it should be pretty straightforward, right? So in our calculator, we get the minimum, which was 50. We get Q1. We get the median. We get Q3. And we get the max, right? We get all that right out of our calculator. So what was the Q1? What was the median?
Q1 was 217.5.
217.5. What's the median? What is it? 285. It's Q3. 355. And the max is 450. Right? So what do we have to do to find a box and whisker plot? We have to find our lower bound on outliers and our upper bound on outliers, right? How do we find that? We first have to find what? The IQR, interquartile range. The IQR is simply Q3 minus Q1, right? Which in this case is 355 minus 217.5. The difference between 355 and 217.5 is what? 137.5. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
137.5? Correct? Good. So then we have to multiply the IQR times what? 1.5. So 1.5 times 137.5. 1.5 times 137.5 is
206.25.
206.75?
25.
206.25. All right? 206.25. Okay? So now we have to find our lower bound. Lower bound on outliers, simply Q1 minus 150% of the IQR, which in this case is 217.5 minus 206.25. When I subtract that, I get 10.11.25. All right? Now I have to do my upper bound. This is Q3 plus 150% of the IQR. So this would be 355 plus 206.25, and that would be 561.25. Okay, so that's my lower bound and my upper bound on outliers, right? So as long as I have no value beneath my lower bound and no value above my upper bound, what does that mean? That means that I have no outliers. So in this case, is there any value greater than 561.25? Nope. And there's no value less than 11.25. So because of that, I have no outliers. All I need to simply do is to do my box and whisker. This is 0, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. And my box starts at Q1. Make sure you label. Q1 is 217.5. Goes up to Q3. 355. And you stab the median. 285. Okay? So that's our box. The left side of the box is Q1. The right side of the box is Q3. The median is the line wherever it hits on the box. Then we have to show our minimum point. Our minimum point is at 50. You can label that or not label it. It doesn't matter. And our maximum point is at 450. So there's our box and whisker plot. If by chance I had a data point at 600, I would show it as simply an outlier, if I had that data. Okay, want to see that okay? Okay, we're going to skip 4 for right now and move on to 5.